Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to present you a bike that many of you know, and which I would recommend as being probably the best BMW ever built. And we're going to have a little tour on it in this fantastic Mosel area between Koblenz and Trier. So we're going to have a start now and have some fun. I think it's all right. Welcome to the marina. Yes, you know, we are not at the Côte d'Azur. We're in Germany in September in the wine area between Trier and Koblenz, which is one of the nicest areas in the region, especially when the weather is as good as today. And this great weather, we'll use this great weather for the presentation of a bike that I would subtitle as "Get one as long as you can." Why? Because this is probably the best BMW GS ever built and the last of a generation. It's as one of the last dinosaurs. When I say last of a generation, the specialists among you will say, no, Eric, the T9 series used the same base engine. Yes, they did, but they didn't make a GS out of it. They made a more road-oriented bike about this. And this K25 or K26, and because it's an adventure model, is the last, it's finished in 2012 model in this range of oil air-cooled bikes. Air-cooled bikes, not in itself a major opportunity. Afterwards, the K50, 2013 K50 with liquid-cooled 125 horsepower and 120 newton meters, at least that's what I remember, was built, and a fabulous bike. I have one also as a K51 Adventure, and it's also one I wouldn't want to miss. But if I had to sell all my bikes, or if I were allowed only one, there's a big chance that I choose only this big Mammoth to keep. Big Mammoth because it has a 33-liter tank. When you get gas, 650, 700 kilometers of range. Basically, it's a real comfort factor to drive such a bike. And you see me drive at around 3,000 tours at around 90. That's with many bikes, and also with this one, definitely the comfort zone. That's why this bike feels obviously at home. It can do leisurely 130 kilometers an hour on the highway. It can do 150, 160, it can go up to 180. This bike can do much more. There's not an issue. But obviously, if you want to enjoy it, that's about where it feels most at home. And we're going to continue our little tour here, because I want to show you not only the bike performance, but also the area, which I find is particularly nice, especially with this September weather. And the grapes are enjoying the last rays of sun before they are turned in one of these excellent wines. They are not all excellent, so many are excellent, wines that are made in this region. I'm going to show you the area before we continue. You see it here, and turn around. And this area is a long area. It is a long road between Trier and Koblenz that goes along thousands and thousands hectares of wine and grapes. And if you drive here, and if you have a room for the night, obviously, because you can't drink and drive, you can enjoy a good meal in the evening and a good glass of wine while your mammoth BMW GS K25 or K26 is parked at your feet. As I said, if I had only to choose one bike or to keep one bike, this one has 10,000 miles, but it will take me to 100,000 miles easily. So I have no worries at all that this would be the bike I would prefer. It's completely hassle-free. The earlier models, and I'm not going to pick a date, so the pre-2010 models are, or did have, in some instances, especially the earlier years, 2002, ABS problems. But the later models, and especially after 2010, seem to have less ABS issues. And that in itself is a reason why this is the 2010. It is also because they all had 4 valves engines. They had 4 valve engines, but this one has the twin camshaft, and therefore went from 105 horsepower to the 110 horsepower I told you about in the earlier part of this video. We're going to finish this little tour by going up the next street, and you'll have another panorama view of this fantastic area. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. So if you have a chance, try one out. If you come from a K50, K51, it's a wonderful, I have a K51, it's a wonderful alternative or additional bike to have. Afterwards we have the 1250, and we come into the racing age, 136 horsepower, 140 Newton meters of torque. And now we'll get the the R1300GS is coming. 28th of November will be announced for ordering in September, for ordering in October or November this year. But the technology of the new bikes is just incredible. With all these gadgets, we will see the price jump from the current 25,000 euros easily into the 30,000 euro space, and a good 1200 GS like this one will set you back about 10 to 12,000 euro, which is exactly where you want to be for a bike that you can keep basically forever. I'm going to stop here, hopefully with a nice view for you, and if you have any questions or comments, please do. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye bye. Yes, here we are. We're in Trittenheim. We're going to cross the bridge and do a very small drive along the river to finish this sequence. Trittenheimer Apotheke. Call your wine area an apothecary. This, by the way, the bridge we see from afar with these white towers, this red bridge, and this fantastic view of the area. And we're going up there, as you can see, and you remember probably. No, we're not going up there, we're going down there actually. That's correct. We're going to go down there where the biker goes, because we're going to follow that river. Not in this side because we've been there, but on the other side. There we go. We'll stand up. We're going to drive along the river here, and because it's so enjoyable, I'm going to speed this up. Drive quite slowly. It's one of these small roads that are just magic. The boats, the water, the old walls keep the wine mountains high. There's a bicycle path up there, and the cars and motorbikes drive down here. A bit bumpy, slow speeds. But it's worth every minute you spend around here to enjoy the view.